Greg Scarpa, also known as the Grim Reaper, was a notorious figure in the world of organized crime in the United States. Born on May 8, 1928, in Brooklyn, New York, Scarpa's life was marked by violence, cunning, and a remarkable ability to evade law enforcement for decades. This biography will delve into the life and criminal career of Greg Scarpa, shedding light on his rise to power, his involvement in the Italian-American Mafia, and his eventual downfall. Early life and family background. Greg Scarpa was born into a working-class Italian-American family. His parents, Gregorio and Maria Scarpa, had immigrated to the United States from Italy. Scarpa grew up in the tough neighborhoods of Brooklyn, where he quickly learned the values of street smarts and the power of loyalty to one's own. Scarpa's upbringing was far from conventional. He dropped out of school at an early age and immersed himself in the criminal underworld of New York City. His father, Gregorio, was a low-level mob associate, and Scarpa would soon follow in his footsteps, rise through the ranks. Scarpa's early criminal activities involved petty theft, extortion, and loan sharking. However, he quickly gained a reputation for his ruthless nature and willingness to use violence to achieve his ends. This reputation caught the attention of more powerful figures within the Italian-American Mafia, and Scarpa was soon initiated into the Colombo crime family. As Scarpa climbed the ranks of the Colombo family, he developed a fearsome reputation as a hitman and enforcer. He was known for his ruthless approach to dealing with rival factions and individuals who crossed the family. Scarpa's loyalty and brutality earned him the nickname the Grim Reaper. During his criminal career, Scarpa was involved in numerous criminal activities, including drug trafficking, loan sharking, extortion, and illegal gambling. He controlled various criminal rackets, including strip clubs, bars, and restaurants, which provided a steady stream of income for the Colombo family. Murderous career. One of the most notorious aspects of Greg Scarpa's criminal career was his involvement in multiple murders. Scarpa was suspected of committing or ordering the murders of numerous individuals, many of whom were rival mobsters, informants, or individuals who posed a threat to the Colombo family. His cold-blooded approach to killing earned him a place in the annals of organized crime history. One of Scarpa's most high-profile hits was the murder of Albert Anastasia, the boss of the Gambino crime family. Scarpa was believed to have played a role in the assassination of Anastasia in a barbershop in 1957. This hit allowed Carlo Gambino to take over the Gambino family, consolidating power within the organization. Scarpa's involvement in this high-profile murder added to his reputation within the mafia. Scarpa's willingness to carry out violent acts on behalf of the Colombo family endeared him to the leadership. He was seen as a loyal and effective enforcer, always ready to do what was necessary to protect the family's interests. Double life, FBI informant. Greg Scarpa led a double life that made his criminal activities even more remarkable. While he was deeply involved in organized crime, he also secretly cooperated with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, as an informant. Scarpa's relationship with the FBI allowed him to continue his criminal activities while also providing valuable information to law enforcement. Scarpa's role as an informant was highly controversial, as he remained a dangerous and active criminal even while assisting the FBI. He provided the FBI with information on rival mob families, which helped lead to numerous arrests and convictions. This dual role created a complex and morally ambiguous character in the world of organized crime. His cooperation with the FBI went beyond providing information. Scarpa was known to use his position as an informant to eliminate rivals and protect his own interests. He often manipulated the FBI to serve his own agenda and eliminate threats to the Colombo family. Prison stints and escapes. Throughout his criminal career, Greg Scarpa had several encounters with the law, resulting in multiple prison sentences. However, he was known for his ability to escape justice and continue his criminal activities even while incarcerated. One of his most famous escapes occurred in 1961 when he broke out of a maximum security prison in North Carolina. Scarpa, along with 3 other inmates, used a homemade ladder to scale the prison walls and flee. This escape added to his legend as a cunning and resourceful criminal. Scarpa's ability to escape from prison was not limited to this one instance. He would go on to escape from custody several more times, further frustrating law enforcement and bolstering his reputation as a criminal mastermind. Family life and personal demons. Despite his violent and criminal lifestyle, Greg Scarpa had a family life that was separate from his criminal activities. He was married to his wife, Connie, and they had several children together. Scarpa was known to be a loving and devoted family man, and he did his best to keep his criminal activities hidden from his family. However, the duality of Scarpa's life took a toll on his family. His wife, Connie, was well aware of his criminal activities, and she struggled with the knowledge of the violence and danger that surrounded her husband. Scarpa's children, too, faced the challenges of growing up with a father who was both a notorious criminal and an informant. Scarpa's personal life was also marked by tragedy. In 1977, his son, Gregory Scarpa Jr., was seriously injured in a car accident that left him in a coma. Scarpa Sr. was deeply affected by this event, and it is believed to have played a role in his eventual decision to cooperate with the FBI as an informant. Downfall and legal troubles. Despite his remarkable ability to evade justice for many years, Greg Scarpa's criminal empire began to unravel in the 1980s. The combination of increased law enforcement scrutiny and internal strife within the Colombo family contributed to his downfall. One of the key factors in Scarpa's legal troubles was the RICO Act, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, which was enacted in 1970 to combat organized crime. The RICO Act allowed law enforcement to target the entire structure of criminal organizations, including their leaders. Scarpa became a prime target under this legislation. The internal power struggles within the Colombo family also took a toll on Scarpa. He was involved in a violent and prolonged conflict with fellow mobster Carmine Persico, who sought to take control of the family. The power struggle led to numerous deaths and created chaos within the organization. Scarpa's cooperation with the FBI eventually became public knowledge, and he faced the wrath of his former associates within the mafia. The Colombo family leadership and other organized crime figures saw him as a traitor and a liability. In 1992, Scarpa was arrested and charged with various crimes, including murder, racketeering, and drug trafficking. He was convicted and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Scarpa's health began to deteriorate while he was incarcerated, and he suffered from various medical issues, including HIV, health decline, and death. Greg Scarpa's health deteriorated rapidly while he was in prison. He contracted HIV through a blood transfusion, and his condition worsened as he battled the virus. Despite his declining health, Scarpa remained a highly controversial and divisive figure within the criminal justice system. In an attempt to reduce his sentence and gain potential release, Scarpa revealed the extent of his cooperation with the FBI and the information he had provided. His revelations led to the exposure of corrupt relationships between the FBI and Scarpa. His cooperation had been more extensive and controversial than previously known. On June 4, 1994, Greg Scarpa passed away in a prison hospital from complications related to AIDS. His death marked the end of a tumultuous and violent chapter in the history of organized crime in the United States. Legacy and controversy. Greg Scarpa's life and legacy continue to be a subject of fascination and controversy. He was a complex figure who operated in the shadows of the criminal underworld while also working as an informant for law enforcement. Scarpa's actions and the morality of his cooperation with the FBI remain a topic of debate among law enforcement officials, historians, and those interested in organized crime. His reputation as a cunning and ruthless mobster, coupled with his role as an informant, has made him a unique and polarizing figure in the history of the Italian-American Mafia. Scarpa's ability to evade justice and manipulate law enforcement for his own gain solidified his place as one of the most enigmatic and infamous figures in organized crime history. Despite his death, the legend of Greg Scarpa, the Grim Reaper, lives on, leaving a legacy that continues to captivate the public's imagination and raise questions about the blurred lines between law enforcement and criminal activities in the pursuit of justice. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our community. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this content with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay awesome.